Welcome to the Free Your Spirit podcast. My name is Louise Wilson. I'm a mystic, healer, entrepreneur, and business coach, and I am obsessed with helping you open up the lines of communication with your spirit so that you can receive the wisdom, the guidance, the clarity, and confidence you need to reach your big goals and dreams. Hey there guys, and welcome to episode 9 of the Free Your Spirit podcast. In this week's episode, we're actually going to explore the power of our identity to shape our reality. Now, I know it can seem obvious. Well, hello, yes, of course, my identity. I get that. I get why my identity would shape what unfolds in my life. But in this episode, what I want to dive into is how we acquire our identity. I think it's so important, so powerful to know and understand this because we're not stuck with the identity we have. We actually have the power to shift and change our identity, to shift and change who we think we are. As you know, if you've been in my world for any length of time, we have an identity that's very much connected to our present life reality and to the experiences we've had in this present life reality. But we also have a spiritual identity as well. We're infinite, immortal, powerful spiritual beings. But for now, I'm going to be focusing just on that present life identity. If you think about our spirit, it drops into a physical body. And it does this because the physicality of experiencing life, those experiences in life, is what allows us to grow. Allows us, as we experience the world, we grow. And this is where our identity comes in, because essentially what happens is that as we experience life, we formulate beliefs. We have an emotional response to those events, and then we formulate a belief and we give that event a meaning and a belief, and there's an emotion attached to that. And this is where our identity comes from. Our identity really is our beliefs, a set of beliefs that we've acquired around who we think that we are. And those beliefs are based upon the experiences that we've had, in this lifetime that we know about. So essentially what happens is when stuff happens, when an event happens, as I've said before, we formulate a belief and we attach an emotion to that event. So if you're wondering, well, how do I know what my beliefs are? Well, how you can know, a number of ways, in fact. Number one, just take a look at your world, at the world around you. Because as you know from previous podcast episodes, our beliefs create our reality. So everything in your world right now is a direct reflection of the beliefs that you currently hold now within you. Another way in which you can actually start to uncover your beliefs is actually to pay attention to the thoughts that you think on a daily basis, and also to your self-talk. So beliefs really are just thoughts that we think over and over and again. It's a habit of thought. And so self-talk could be, as an example, if I decide to run my own business, then I'm going to be completely overwhelmed and I won't be able to cope. I'm just spitballing here and throwing ideas out there. But that's the sort of like cause and effect belief. If I do this, then that's going to happen. Well, where does that come from? If I start my own business, I'm going to be overwhelmed. I won't be able to cope. Well, perhaps in there, if you dig a little deeper, there's a belief around not being enough, that I won't be able to cope, that I'm not enough, that I don't have what it takes inside of me. So it's really important to kind of do the work to dig into the beliefs that are potentially limiting us, limiting our potential. Another way to uncover a belief is because. I can't do that because. I can't go for that promotion because I don't feel like, again, it's that who I am is enough. I don't feel I have enough experience, or I don't feel confident. And oftentimes, the studies have been done that it's particularly for women that when there's a job that comes up, they'll normally feel as though they have to have, I think it's about in the 90s percentage of the criteria of qualifications before they'll even feel confident enough to go for that job. And I get it's totally understandable that we would feel that way. But then again, if you think about it, if you can pretty much do everything in that job anyway, where's the room for growth? When we need to kind of push ourselves and stretch ourselves. But again, it's sort of coming back to that the beliefs that we have about, I don't know, I don't think I can, I'm not enough. And I think the two fundamental core beliefs, I think, that do interfere with our ability to manifest are I'm not enough, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy of. And so oftentimes those beliefs are playing out at a very deep subconscious level. You may not even be aware of them. And so you can see why it's so important for us to really lift the lid on our beliefs and how they're impacting our lives, because we know that our thoughts and our beliefs are creating our reality. Now, as you know, like we also have like our ancestral reality and lineage, and there's beliefs located that our ancestors experienced and also our past life experience. So I want to, and this is the work that I love to do. I mean, I love to work with my clients at a present life level to help them understand the events and experiences that they've had in this lifetime that have actually created these limiting beliefs that are holding them back. They're sort of the unseen beliefs that are keeping them stuck and playing small. But our beliefs don't just relate to our present life experience. We have an ancestral lineage, and our ancestors live inside of us. You know, their DNA is within us. And there's some really, really powerful research that has been done around it was the Institute of Heart and Math. And they've done research to show how the thoughts we have and the emotions that we have actually have a direct impact on our DNA. This is hugely powerful because we can actually influence our DNA. So the feelings of love and compassion actually relaxes our DNA. And then the feelings of anger and rage can actually tighten our DNA. This is really, really powerful information to have. And it's incredibly illuminating research, because what we can take from this is that we have the power to influence our DNA, to influence our bodies at a cellular level based upon our thoughts and emotions. But where this gets really interesting is that we can do it in this lifetime, right? Think about our ancestors and think about how, and there have been epigenetic studies around this, you know, how our environment or the environment of our ancestors impacts them, and how their emotions too, their response to that environment would obviously impact their DNA. So as they experience things, if they feel those feelings of love and compassion, that can have a really positive impact on their DNA. But what about the anger and rage? If they had to experience, which we very likely, injustices, then that would tighten their DNA. And if you think about this, their DNA lives within us. So those experiences that they've had and their emotional responses to those experiences impacted their DNA. And now that DNA has been passed down through the lineage and it impacts us. So now we have, if you think about it, this is what's really illuminating. We're maybe having these emotional responses to things and thoughts and beliefs and emotions that aren't even ours. They belong to our ancestors. So you can see in this alone the power of doing that deep ancestral work to clear, because we have the power to manipulate our DNA in positive ways to shift things at a deep cellular level through the power of our thoughts and through the power of our emotions. As I mentioned, the Heart and Math Institute have done research on this. So in this way, we have the power to, explore, that history and lineage of our ancestors. This is the work that I love to do. And it's possible to do this at a deep ancestral level through ancestral soul journeys. They open the window on those experiences of our ancestors, because if you think about it, I mean, their DNA lives within us. And so Ancestry.com, if you want to know more about your ancestors, you'll put a bit of spittle into a test tube and send it off. But this DNA is already inside of you. It's encoded within you. And through the power of ancestral soul journeys, you have an opportunity to open the doorway, the gateways to those ancestral realms, to understand more of your ancestral lineage, giving you the power to shape and to heal those emotions, heal those beliefs that are encoded within you, to release them and let go of them so that you can more powerfully influence your reality. It's hugely, hugely powerful work. And how our feelings, it's important that we choose those good positive feelings because they nourish us at a deep cellular level. So it's really powerful work for us to do. We can intentionally influence our DNA. I love to do this work with my clients at an ancestral level, also at a present life level. Power of our emotions and our beliefs is hugely important. It affects us on a cellular level, but it's the language of the universe. The universe, that's how we communicate with the universe, through the power of our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. I plan to dive into that much more in the next episode, where I'm going to be talking about the science of miracles and how we communicate with the web of life, the intelligence, this intelligent universe that we live in. But coming back to our identity, perhaps you can see how our identity is shaped by the experiences of our ancestors, and that we carry those emotions and beliefs and trauma within us, and how it's important for us to do the work to release that. But in the same way, we also carry the gifts of our ancestors within us. So we also have an opportunity to activate those gifts within us. And again, this is the work that I love to do with my clients through ancestral soul journeys. It's hugely, hugely powerful work, and it allows you to heal your past so that you can empower your present and empower your future. The final thing that I want to talk about, just as we sort of bring this all together around our identity. So we have a present life identity based on our present life experience. We have an ancestral experience and identity that we can also work with and shape and heal. But we also have a past life history and identity that moves with us from one lifetime to the next. And in the same way, that we have ancestral gifts, we have past life gifts that we can remember and reactivate within us. And this again is the work that I love to do through past life journeys, where you can explore more of who you are, more of your past life history and identity from the many, many lifetimes that you've lived, and the infinite gifts that have traveled with you from one lifetime to the next. But in the same way too, we also have past life experiences that have become also lodged within our energetic field that may not be supporting us in this lifetime. Again, it's those hidden beliefs, the hidden traumas that are impacting our present and our future. I work with healers who have, experienced trauma in previous lifetimes where not so good things happen, and so they've carried forward this fear. Like, it can seem irrational, but it's lodged in those past life experiences, a completely irrational fear that it's not safe for me to do what I absolutely love to do. It's not safe for me to do this because it happened in previous lifetimes where not so good things happened. So even though, they have these gifts and they know this is their passion and they know this is their sole purpose, they can still struggle to manifest because at a deep, deep, deep subconscious level, there's that past life history and belief that it's not safe and I'm going to protect you. So no amount of hustle and struggle can override those deep subconscious beliefs, because as we know, the conscious mind is only 5% of our operating power. But if you have, beliefs at a deep subconscious level that it's not safe for you or you're not good enough or whatever the belief is, your subconscious will always override the conscious. So again, that's why it's so important for us to really understand the totality of our identity. That we have a present life, past life, ancestral identity. We're way more than this present life experience. We're infinite, immortal, and eternal. And the beauty of this is that as we do the work to explore more of who we are, more of our history, more of our lineage, we can activate the best, those gifts and abilities, ancestral and past life, and release and let go of the rest so that we can empower our present and our future. And this is the power of doing the work at an identity level, getting clear, understanding more about those hidden blocks that are preventing you from manifesting the life that you truly, truly desire. If any of this is resonating for you, I have a very powerful program. I'm very excited about this program because it actually is an amalgamation of all of the work that I do with my clients at a present life, past life, and ancestral level that can help you actually understand more of who you are as a powerful spiritual being and allow you to uncover and release and heal those hidden blocks and beliefs that are preventing you from manifesting the life that you truly desire. The program is called Freedom Now, and if this is landing for you or resonating for you on any level, you can just head on over to my website at www.louise-wilson.com and you'll find all of the details there, the waitlist for that program on my Work With Me page. Alrighty then, I love this work because it just really opens the door to so much possibility in our lives as we really tap into and leverage the true power that lives within us so that we can truly manifest the life we desire. So I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. In next week's episode, I'm really excited to dive into talking more about the power of our emotions. This is the language of the universe. It's the science behind miracles because it's our emotions is the language that we use to speak to the universe around us. That's how we communicate with the universe around us. That's how the universe reflects back to us our reality through the power of what we feel in our hearts. So hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you feel like leaving a review, that would be awesome so that I can keep the good stuff coming your way. And alrighty then folks, love you and bye for now.